Yeah, it is working. People have joined. Let me admit. It has worked. So I'm in it now. I want to start now. Good morning, everyone. I don't know if
Good morning.
you can see the. I've shared my screen. I don't know if you can be able to see the screen that I've shared. Paul, are you able to
Same.
see the screen, the R script?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, I'm seeing.
okay, thank you. Now,
Ah.
I think we can start. We can start this short training session, and others will find us on the way. Others will find us when we have already started. Now, I know some of you don't know what is R. I will start by introducing what is R and what is the importance of training you on this R. Now, R is one of the good programming language. It's one of the easiest uh, programming language, which can help you majorly in many areas. Uh, some of you will prefer R for data analysis and visualization. Some will use R for many other things depending on your field. If you are a natural resource manager, you can use it for modeling, climate change. You can use it, it's compatible with QGIS or ArcGIS. If you're in the industry of banking, you can use it for monitoring market trend and so on and so forth. But today, this will be a series of short webinars that I'll be carrying out because we can't finish R in one session. It has many things that we may not finish just in this short session. So this short morning discussion will take 30 minutes. The first 20 minutes I will use for discussion on what is R, on the basics, showing you around the environment, how to do the coding, all that. Then the last 10 or 15 minutes, 10 or 5 minutes, we will use for questions and anything. If you have any question, you can have it, you can write it on the chat box. I'll be able to see those questions and I'll respond before the end of this session. Also, I'll be recording this session and I will share with you in different, on WhatsApp and any other way you feel like. If you need it in your email, just drop your email in the chat box. Now, I will start by, I'm hoping that you have installed R. If you have not installed R and R Studio, these first two links will guide you. Just go to cran.rproject.org. This one will help to install the R script, and for the R Studio, this second link, I hope you can be able to see. This second link will help you to install the R Studio. Now, the interface that you are seeing on my screen, which I have shared, is the R Studio interface. This interface it is divided into 4 sections. We have this first section. Um, we have This is the R script, the one that you are able to see, the one that I'm able to type is the R script. Then down here, this is the console. Whenever you type anything here, it will always appear at the console side. Then the R Studio also has what we call environment section. Whatever you type here, whatever you type at the environment, yeah, whatever you type at the R script, it will be shown in the environment. And then this fourth section is for files to upload. I request that you mute yourself and you'll unmute when you have a question. Now this other section that you can see I'm pointing with the cursor, it is where you can have uploads of files and everything. Now, basically, the first section that I wanted you to know about is installing the R. These are the links. So I've said these are the links that will help you to install the R Studio and R. The next thing that I've introduced the IDE. This is integrated development environment. These are the environment, the four parts: the R script, the console, the environment, and this other section. Now we are going to do the basics. Now I'm going to do the basics of R. Now, before we go into the basics, um, well, okay. We can start on the basics. Then I will go into data manipulation, importing data. Maybe if you have your data stored somewhere in the file of your computer and you want to import, how are you going to do it? Now, R, we are going to start on the basics of maybe you have some data. We are going to generate, because we don't have a data, we have not done on how to import data from your computer. We are going to generate our own data. Now, um, in R, we are going to store our data with a variable X. We are starting with a variable called X. This X will help to store whatever data we want. Now, I've typed there X. So in R, we use this less than and a dash to indicate this variable X. This variable X is storing the following data. For example, we want to store data from 1 to 10. So if I want to have the data from 1 to 10, I can say 1, this colon 10. And then for you to be able to see this data, you have to click run. Okay? You have to click run. When you click run in the console, allow me 1 minute there are some people who have joined and I would like to admit them. Okay, good. Now, if you can see, what has happened, I have typed here X. I've stored my variable X as 1 to 10. And all this variable, when I click run, okay, you can be able to see it in the console that it has plot these variables, and even in our environment it has this variable. Now if I want to see what does R contain, you click here, you just type X and you click again run. Here in the console you can see that it has shown us X is storing variables from 1 to 10. Now, we are going to also have another as an illustration, another variable. Let us call it this variable y. Use the sign shift, okay, less than, and a dash. Let us say this variable y is going to store values from 21 to, you use the colon, to 30. You also have to click run, okay? And then for you to see what is this variable y containing, you have to type y and then you click again run. Okay, now we have two variables here. In our console, you can be able to see that x is storing the values 1 to 10. Y is storing the values from 21 to 30. Okay, these are the first basic things about R that I want you to understand. If you can be able to understand what is the variable and how it can be stored, then R can be very interesting and easy for you to learn. Most people complain R is hard, but it is you can start with the small things. I request that you mute yourself again. There's some background noise. Now, the next variable that I want to have, let us say we have another variable h, okay? And in this variable, I want us to have this variable x and y to be in the form of data frame. Data frame is we want to store our values x and y in form of a table, okay? So that you can be able to plot graphs, you can be able to do all kind of data manipulation and visualization that we want. So how are we going to do? We are going to write. You type data dot frame. This one will be able to store we are going to make a frame of the variable x and y, okay? And then we click run again. Always whenever you finish typing your script or your code, you must always click run. Now, then we can type the value h, we see what is contained in h. In our console, you can be able to see that H contains the data frame of X and Y. Another way we can utilize R has a lot of functions, okay, which is in form of libraries. I will teach you a bit on how to install uh, those kind of packages that is important for R. Now, so you can also be trying to see if we can be able to get the same results. Now, another important function which R has is view. We can view what is in H, right? Yeah, we can view what is contained in H. If I type view and I put H in bracket H and I do the run, okay, you can be able to see that it has brought out a data frame that X, a data frame containing X and Y. Okay, so this X, it has 1 to 10 and Y has 21 to 30. So now that we have a data frame, we can be able to do all the kind of plots that we want. This is the basic thing that we can do. You can do those bar graphs, you can do the line plots, you can do the scatter plots, and all kind of data manipulation you can do now that we have the data frame. Um, Now, I know maybe some of you might be trying wherever you are, but one important package for you to be able to continue with crafts is that you must install some packages. So, for you to install the package, which is very important in R, is I want you in the console section. This is the console. I said this is where we are doing our R script. This is the console. This is the environment, and this is where we have our files and where our plots is going to appear. Now, if you want to delete, if I want to delete what is here, you can locate where there's a broom. There's a broom somewhere in the console. If you click there, it clears the console. Also in the environment, there's a broom somewhere. You can just click it and everything disappears without doing it manually. Now, I want you to install some important package, which is very important. Just type install.packages, okay? It's all the packages, packages, and then put in quotes what we call tidyverse. Tidyverse is one of the very important package in R, which it is one of the very important package in R, which you cannot do a lot of things if you don't have a tidyverse and some other packages which I'll be showing you with time. Now, if you can be able to have a tidyverse, then we can follow along and we can have graphs, we can generate graphs and everything from our R. Now, back to our data, I want us to have a plot, just a per plot, basic per plot using R. R is it's very good in data visualization, and it is one of the, and that is why most data analysts and data experts and companies, they are moving to R, because first, R is an open source software. You don't have to pay anything. Again, it is very strong in terms of data visualization. For example, we are going to plot the basic bar graphs from our data that we have generated. We have generated X. We have stored the values 1 to 10 in X. We have stored the values 21 to 30 in Y. And then you have put them in a frame called, you just type data.frame, and then X, Y. And then I told you that I say that if you want to see what is there, you can just use the functions in R. You just, and make sure V is capital. It is capital V, view, then H, it will show you all that data. Another important function that R has, if you want to see what does your data has, you can use names in bracket, maybe H. If I say names in that bracket H and I click run, in the console section, you can see it has given me that H is storing variables with the names, the titles, that is what the column names, it has X and Y. Now, that aside, let us move to plotting our bar plot. So for you to plot a bar plot, to have just basic bar graphs, you just type bar plot in bracket, um, let's say H, just a minute. Yeah, so it is telling me that the plot, whenever you make any error, it will always show at the console that it must be a vector or a matrix. So we can say that we have our data X and Y. We can just say X, comma, Y. Let us see if it's able to run. Well, yeah, well, we have a bar plot. Now, this is the basic bar graphs that you can do with R. Yeah, and in the plots, in that section, we have the section for files. Yeah, if I click there, it will show me all the files that I have. This one I will cover in the next session. Then we have plots. Okay, so this is the basic bar plot that we have. And also you can click zoom and see what is in there. Okay, so when I click zoom, it shows me all the kind of bar plot. These are just basic. We have not customized. We have not done anything. It is just the basic bar plot that we can have from it. Now, also, this whatever you have as your graph, there's a section for export. When you click export, you can do the save. You can save it as image. You can do it as PDF, and you can just put it in your publication, or you can send to your supervisor or anyone that needs that graph. So that is basically per plot. So another one that I want to show you, we can say plot. This is just for line graph. Maybe if you want a line graph, what do? You just type plot and then X. This is our data, and Y. Remember, this is the data that we generated. We stored X 1 to 10 and Y 21 to 30. So if I click there, it can be able to show me that this is also the basic. This is a line plot, but remember this has points. We can customize it. I will show you in the next session how to customize it, how to make it look interesting, and you can appreciate that R is more stronger than Excel or any package that you have ever tried of. So if we click zoom, okay, if we click zoom, it, yeah, if I click zoom, you can see it has shown me that these are the line graph that we have, X, Y, and we have our line graph. So um, I think I've covered a lot, and just in a short time, I've covered some of the basics, and maybe it can be a lot to those people whom this is the first time they are interacting with R. Maybe if you have any question or anything, any comment, you can just unmute yourself, and you can just put across a question before we move to the next brief session. I can see in my chat box, do I have any? Okay. If we don't have any question at this point, I will show you how to um, import data. Maybe you have stored your data in some file in your computer. How do you import data from your computer? Now, to import, okay, I see someone has raised a hand. Let me. Uh, Muraidi, Shadrach, do you have any question? You can unmute yourself.
Someone is asking you a question. Someone is asking you a question.
Yes.
There is a chat
In the
asking
chat
why are
box,
you using H? Yeah.
I can't see in the chat box. Someone has asked a question. I can't access the chat box from here. Can you kindly read for me the question? Shadrach,
Let
are
me
you there?
try. Yes.
Yes.
They're asking,
Yes.
why are we using X, Y, and H?
Why are we using X and Y?
And H.
Yes, I said X and Y are the variables we just chose. We can use any variable. For example, we can use any, you can mention any variable. Let us call the first variable F, okay? But whenever, now I've changed the first variable, it was X, I put it F. Now I have to click run, okay? Then where I put X, for you to see what F has stored, I have to type F, and then I also click run. It will show me that F now is storing the values 1 to 10. Remember, this is what X was storing. Now, where Y was storing 21 to 30, I can put instead of that one K, okay? And then I type K here, okay? So you will see that now K is storing the values 21 to 30. Then the variable H, it can store what F and K has. So we wanted to have a data frame. This data frame helps us to plot the graphs, to plot all kind of graphs that we have. It helps to put the data in form of a frame. Now that we change our first values F and we replace X and Y to be F and K, we also come and change from there. We put F here, we put K. So if we run H now, we'll be storing F and K. Now if we click view H, okay, you will see that H, it will be storing F and K. It was X and Y. Another way, I told you another way of doing so, if you is to use the function names, then you put h. If you do so and you click name, it will show that it will show that it will show that h now is storing the column names is having f and k. I think I've been able to answer that question. Uh, there's a lot that we can do with R, and I think in the next session we can be able to do a lot with it. Um, I don't know if we still have any other question. Uh, if we don't have any other question arising, then well, this because the next part that I wanted to explain is how to import your data. Maybe you have your data in form of Excel or CSV format, and you want to bring it for your data analysis using R. That is, this one we generated our own data. The next session is how to import your data, to clean the data, and you start the data manipulation. That is the next session that we will have. Unfortunately, we have this section for 30 minutes. My Zoom is timing 30 minutes. I think we may end this section at this time, and then upon request, we can still, for those who have not understood what we have done, we can still revisit it in the course of time, and we recap it and we move so that we can all move together and do wonderful things with R. Up to this point, if we will not have any other question, we will. Paul, you have a question?
Yes, but
Please ask the question because I cannot
is at
access.
work.
Okay. Yes, Paul, go ahead.
Hello,
Yes, I
getting
can
me?
hear.
Uh, Actually, it was a request
Yes.
that some people didn't follow for that from the beginning
Okay.
up to now where we have got to end.
Yes.
Maybe we can share the recording of this session.
Yes.
Then another thing is you can, before you close, you can share with us this
Yes.
recording, the links for downloading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, thank you for that, Paul. I will share these recordings with you on. I think most of you we are in the same WhatsApp group. I will share. Soon I will have a section in the YouTube. I'll be able to send all the recordings there, and you can be able to download at your own free time. So because this is just the beginning, we'll have a lot of series of Zoom until at least this is one of the strongest R programming language that I really want all of you to know, and it will be useful in your future careers, and you will be trainers actually. Yeah. So I think with that, if we will not have any other issues arising, because the next section it requires a full session because it requires a lot of data manipulation. And if I start now, those who didn't follow along might not be able to get the next session. So yes, Frank.
Yes, I tried to install the ARA,
Yes.
but I failed to access it. There's a lot of information and
Okay.
like some sort
Okay.
of writing codes or what. I didn't access it.
Oh, yeah, I understand. If you use these links that I've posted, sometimes, did you use the links that I've posted here? Yes, if you use this CRAN project, it will take you straight to R, where you can be able to download, and then you download R for Windows. Okay? You download R for Windows. For Art Studio, it is pretty straightforward. You just click download, and then you download the free version. Okay? For the Art Studio. Remember, Art Studio cannot work without R. So you first of all, I recommend that you first install R for Windows and you follow along the process. When you download R, it will take you through a series of steps. You just click next, accept, and you move on. Now, when you have installed your R, you can now install R Studio. Okay, this is an interface. This R Studio is the interface that you are seeing here in my screen, which I've shared. Now, for the next session that I want you, if you can be able to do that, and for those who are not able to do it, because the next session, I want all of us to follow along so that what I'll be doing here, you'll also be doing on your side. If you have any problem, you'll be raising your hand. I can be able to help you. That will help you to understand better. Yeah, I think basically that is it. And then the packages that I've told you how to install a package, you just click install.packages here. If you can see what I'm typing here, I want you to install Tidyverse. Um, you click just Tidyverse. This is an important package that I want you to have in the next session. With continuous series, there are a lot of packages that I want you to have it so that we can do some serious data manipulation, data visualization, until we come up with perfect plots, which can help you greatly in your data analysis. And if you put in your journal or whatever you want to post, it will stand out. So that will be the next series. Very soon I will communicate to you, and I will be able to share with as many people as you can share with them, so that they can also benefit from this session. Yeah. Anyone with any other question before we end this session? Sorry for those who have joined us late. We started with basics of R, how to use variable to store data. Yeah, we use F. Okay, Frank, you still have a question?
Yes, I have a question for the variable f, k, and the previous was x, y, and h.
Sorry, just come up again.
Okay, I have a question concerning the variables
Yes.
f, k,
Yes.
and the previous was x, y. You inserted the number from
Yes.
number 1 to number 10. It
Yes.
seems like a continuous numbers, 1,
Yes.
2, 3, yes. And the
Yes.
output, we get the continuous number.
Yes.
What if we want to include the odd number or even number? Let us say 1, 3, 5, 7, or 8, the mixed number. How can we insert through the variable f or k to get the even number or the odds number and not continuous number? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, there's a way we can have those. I think there's a background noise. Giovanni, can you mute yourself? There's a background noise.
I'm still connecting.
Okay, fine. Yes, you can have. I use this. I use these numbers just as an illustration, because I know sometimes you can have your numbers. You can have your data. This is just for illustration. You can have sometimes your data in form of Excel somewhere. You want to analyze your data in Excel, because basically what we want to do is that we want to visualize any data you have. So for this case, I just decided to I just decided to pick these numbers randomly so that it can enable us to do a little bit of data analysis or data visualization. But as we have said, there is also a way of having those even numbers, odd numbers. I think in the next session we can recap on that, because if we bring about it now, it may look rather it has another function which we will have to incorporate, and we don't want to enter into that for now. I just wanted to have a data which we can at least work on. So for now, we can have this data, we work on. The next session, I will start with that one, and then how to import your data from Excel. I think that will be useful. Are you comfortable with that, Frank? Mm. Okay, if we don't have any other question, thank you for attending this session. We will be able to communicate when we have another session, and and we can be able to share more in the next session. Thank you so much, and have a good day.